So welcome to the Eat to Compete pre-exercise nutrition workshop. A couple of questions for you before we begin. So of the macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, and fat, which is most important to eat prior to an exercise session? A run?
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates, perfect. And then of those three, fat, carbohydrate, and protein, which is most important to eat during exercise?
Protein.
Fat. Protein?
Protein over here, fat.
I'll say fat. You have those little glucose things that you
Still
eat
carbs,
when you
correct.
run.
Carbs are the answer. Carbs are the answer to everything. Protein after the workout and a little bit during as well. I'll talk about that. So before we get started, my name is Denise Good. I know many of you in here. I'm an endurance coach. I am a running coach here at Maine Running Company, and tonight I'm a student bringing you this workshop. And we talked a little bit. Today's presentation will be talking about pre-exercise nutrition to improve performance. Now there are three training impacts that nutrition can have on your exercise session. The first being more energy. So if you come to a workout and you haven't pre-fueled, you may not have the energy to complete the workout. Probably some of you have experienced that along the way. And the second impact would be less fatigue. So if we have more energy to do the workout, we're going to have less fatigue to complete the workout. And then the last thing is fewer hunger issues, and this is something I've struggled with as an endurance athlete, especially in the longer distance events. I would find myself on long runs, bike rides, actually getting hungry. So obviously at those points in time, I was probably not pre-fueling properly if I was getting hungry. Three functions of pre-exercise fuel. The first is to help prevent low blood sugar. So again, say you ate lunch today at noon, you came to the run group at 5:30, you didn't eat anything along the way. And you may have experienced this sometime in your training. You get out there and you feel a little bit lethargic, maybe even lightheaded, blurry vision. These are all symptoms of low blood sugar. They can also be symptoms of something much worse than that. But for the most part, low blood sugar. And the second function of pre-exercise fuel is to actually settle the stomach. So when we eat food, food goes into the stomach, it absorbs some of those gastric juices and helps any stomach distress that we might have. Thirdly, it fuels our muscles. So pre-exercise nutrition has a big impact on our storage of energy in the form of glycogen. And that would be more several hours before an exercise bout or even the day before. We want to make sure those storage cells of glycogen are completely full, and that is stored in the muscle and in the liver. So we're talking several hours before for the glycogen. An hour or so before, that would be more of a blood sugar issue. We're eating to actually give us some fuel for that workout and to also fuel the brain, which is pretty important. Guidelines for pre-exercise nutrition. So pay attention to these because they may come up later on in class. The amount and type of calories before exercise depends on the amount of time you have to digest. So that makes sense. If we eat a huge meal at lunch, it's going to take longer to digest that fuel than it would if we ate very small meals. Second overall goal would be to eat a meal that is low in fat, high in complex carbohydrates, and a little bit of protein thrown in the mix. The protein is not so much for fueling for that workout, it's more for recovery after the workout. And then the ideal window for eating before exercise, even though I'm going to give you guidelines for all sorts of different times, the ideal window would be 60 to 90 minutes. Again, that's 1 hour to 90 minutes before your exercise session is when you really want to think about getting some quality nutrition to fuel you for that workout. Examples of pre-exercise nutrition would be things like toast, English muffins, Bagels, a real popular one for endurance athletes would be peanut butter and banana sandwiches. They're very portable, they don't require much refrigeration, they take 2 seconds to make, and it's pretty popular amongst endurance athletes. And other ideas would be granola, granola bars, cereal, oatmeal, things like that. Again, depends on when you're working out as to when you might choose particular foods, and we'll discuss that in a little bit as well. So in your handout, I provided you with a chart. And on the left-hand side of that chart, you're going to see hours before exercise. So I've given you 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So this is really simple. All we're going to do is take 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, and double it. So that's going to give us our second column, which is calories per pound of body weight. So for instance, say I am going to go out for a workout in 2 hours from now, and I weigh 150 pounds. So if I take 2 and I double it, 4, and I multiply my weight, 150 pounds, that gives me 600 calories. So I should eat roughly 600 calories before I go out for a run 2 hours before. Does that make sense? Ideas for that 600 calories, I just sort of made this up. I didn't check the calorie content. So 2 cups of Raisin Bran, 1 cup of skim milk, and a medium banana. That would be about 600 calories. Probably seems like a lot. Actually, it seems like a lot to me. I probably work on this a little bit. Question?
Would you, like, if you were running to lose weight, would you still want to consume that amount of calories?
That's probably a different topic of discussion, but honestly, you still need to think about pre-exercise nutrition.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do the exercise, which is, to fulfill the goal of losing weight. But you may actually tweak those numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to the point of not everybody is going to follow this exactly. Your training partner may be able to do one thing, and you may not be able to do what your training partner does. Training partner might be able to go out and eat a cheeseburger 3 hours before. You go out and eat a cheeseburger and you're running to the bathroom multiple times. So this is just a guideline. So let me just make up a scenario and see what you guys think. So say we have a 100-pound woman, athlete. She is going out for a run in 2 hours. How many calories do you think she should consume? 400. Perfect. So basically it's just memorizing 1, 2, 3, 4, doubling it, and then using your body weight, as long as you know how much you weigh. That should work fine. So any questions on that? All right, so we're going to go to our next activity, which is Nutrition Jeopardy. And I am Alex Trebek. You are going to answer every question in the form of a question, what is. We've got nice groups formed here. We got group 1, group 2, I'll put you over in group 2, and then group 3. Okay? The way you answer a question is to simply raise your hand. And I will hopefully see you and tell you to go ahead and answer.
Do we win money?
You will actually win, I don't have it here, but the winners will receive a nice Maine running, actually Patty has one on, Maine running hat. So there's a lot at stake here. There's a lot at stake here. And for the purpose of efficiency, we're just going to start with group 1. You go ahead and pick a category, and then we'll throw it out to the group.
What category?
Oh,
I hate.
and we're going to start the timer for 7 minutes. Timer, you got the... Actually, I can probably do it here. Anyone have a timer that they can... Just 7 minutes? Maybe my camera person can do that, or I'll just watch this. So at 39, we're going to stop. What did you guys decide?
We're going to have, I hate to eat and run, but for 400.
For 400, all right. So for 400, pre-exercise meals should contain only small amounts of these 2 macronutrients. Yes?
For fat and protein?
Fat and protein, correct. So that's group number 3. Great. So you guys go ahead and choose a category.
Calorie gallery for 200, please.
Gallery. If Joe weighs 150 pounds, how many calories should he consume 1 hour before exercise? I think you were first.
300.
300,
Should I
correct.
answer
Wait,
one
didn't
more
answer
question?
the
So I think we go to here. What is 300? Sorry. Go ahead, Victoria.
What would Alex say?
Alex would say.
Alex would say, sorry.
That's a good form of question. Group 3, go ahead and choose.
Let's take Mother Hubbard's cupboard for 200.
200. Spread a small amount of this on your pre-exercise snack to add a little protein and fat. Just make sure it's natural.
Peanut
Butter.
butter.
Peanut butter.
What is peanut butter?
I think that they put their hand up before that. Just because they call the question doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have their hand up first.
Wow.
We'll give you. We'll figure that one out. We'll ask the judges later.
I think we're going to be taking.
So go ahead and choose. Go ahead and choose.
I hate to eat and run, but for 200.
200. Pre-exercise fueling helps decrease lightheadedness, fatigue, blurry vision. This is
Now I can say what is low blood
blurry
sugar.
vision, which are all symptoms of this condition.
What is low blood sugar?
Yes, correct. Excellent, group 1 wins. All right, go ahead and choose a category.
What do you want? The cupboard for 400?
Cupboard for 400. Oh, this one's up. Should be one. This high potassium pre-exercise snack, I think you guys were first, but let me read the rest. Pre-exercise snack comes conveniently wrapped in a natural biodegradable package, and a medium-sized one contains about 110 calories.
What is a banana?
What is a banana? I get it.
All right.
Someone knows how to
Go ahead, group 2.
Okay.
Choose a category.
What number's covered for 600?
600, who likes this one? This macronutrient should be the bulk of your calories when eating before exercise.
What is a carbohydrate?
There's carbohydrate, good. Go ahead and choose a category.
I hate to eat and run.
15 run for 600, all right? This is the ideal window of time to eat before exercise if you have not eaten for several hours. Group 1.
I think it's what is 2 hours?
Incorrect.
But it's 60 to 90 minutes.
Correct. Very good. Group 3. All right, go ahead and choose a category.
What is calorie gallery for 600?
600.
I mean, just calorie gallery. Yeah. I'm like,
Norma weighs 125 pounds. How many calories should she consume 2 hours before exercise?
What is 250?
250. Incorrect.
What is 500?
500 is correct. It's a close game. We only have one category left, so here we go.
Calories for 400.
Calorie for 400. Susie weighs 100 pounds. How many calories should she consume 4 hours
I'm
before
going
a
to have my
run?
teammate answer
And the
that
accountant answer. Susie weighs 100 pounds. How many calories should she consume 4 hours before?
what is 800 calories?
What is, how many? What is 800 calories? Correct. Good. All right, I have some tallying to do. But I see a lot of 3s, although I see quite a few 2s, so I will tally up the results. On your handout, on the bottom, there are 3 quick little questions. If you wouldn't mind just filling those out for me. That's going to be a way that I kind of evaluate what you learned. If you want to come show me what you answered, just so I can quickly evaluate, you can take those along with you and put them on your refrigerators. If you want.
Long math.
I know. Get out your calculators. But thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Did anyone have any quick questions about pre-exercise nutrition? All right. Thank you very much.
That's good.
Oh, I got to